Hello, and welcome to Conversations with Linda. I'm Linda. Listen, you know I love a great conversation. And today's conversation is going to be in my hometown, Dallas, Texas. Come on, let's have a conversation. Now, before we have our conversation, I want to give you a dose of good medicine. You know what I say, laughter is good medicine for the soul. So here we go. What do you call a cow with no toes? Lactose. Get it? Lactose. I know they're really corny, but this is a good laugh. It's a good laugh. Come on and let's go to Dallas, Texas and have our conversation. So I'm here in Dallas, Texas, and I am visiting with family and friends, just hanging out with the crew. And I had to have a conversation with my cousin, Charles Eldridge. Charles, welcome to Conversation.
Thank you, Linda, and welcome home.
Yeah, look, I could not wait to touch the ground in Dallas. This is my heart right here. And, you know, because I don't get a chance to come often. Right. And to get able to see family. And today's my sister's birthday, Claudine. Happy birthday,
cousin Claudine.
And but I wanted to have a conversation with you because a year and a half ago. And you all may not know this, but we share the unique, we're cousins, but we also share the fact that our moms were twins, identical twins. He looks more like my mother than I do. But we had come together. I come home I don't know if I came to preach or something, but I come home right. And we were all at my sister's house. And you began to tell me about wanting to do something with a room in your house, which was your living room.
Right.
And you asked me would I help. And I said, sure, I'd help. Now the help was going to be ideas. The help was not going to actually be doing it. It was just going to be ideas.
It was supposed to be one room.
It's supposed to be one room. Now you all may be thinking, what does this have? Why is this an interesting conversation? Because what you're going to find out is in this whole journey that we took to actually redecorate his entire home, it uncovered some things and revealed some things and healed some things. And so that's what this conversation is all about. But it started with that conversation about some ideas about decorating the living room.
Right.
And so we're going to be showing pictures throughout this conversation. But let's just talk about that. Where were you at that time, mentally and emotionally?
I think I was very stuck.
Okay.
And I wanted to use redecorating that one room as a way to kind of breathe some life into me. Because I'm normally a very upbeat,
absolutely
outgoing kind of guy.
Energizer bunny. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I wanted that back.
Okay.
Because I had lost that. I lost that because, as you know, I lost my mom. Mm-hmm. And a couple of months after that, we lost my brother. Mm-hmm. And then in that same time frame, I found out that I had also had a heart attack, and I also was getting ready to have a major heart attack. And then the same week, the doctor said, oh, and by the way, you have cancer. Mm. So I lost my mom.
Wait a minute, let's slow this story down. I know the story, but I want our viewers to really take that in. Because what we're not saying is my mother was going in to have major surgery. They had discovered that she had pancreatic cancer. And that was the day of the surgery.
Right.
Your mom was on the way to be with me and my siblings at the hospital as we would wait for mom to come out of surgery. And I remember your youngest brother, Freddie, calling saying, we're turning into the hospital. where are you all? And I told them where we were sitting. But the next call I got was, Mama has collapsed. That's how it went. And I just remember everybody taking off running and me sitting there thinking, not sitting, standing, saying, okay, if I run to that end of the hospital, then who's going to be here if the doctor needs to come out and say something about my mom? And I also remember, I'm the one that called you.
You called me.
And said, you were at work and had to say, sit down. I need somebody to bring you here. So we went through something that I don't even know if I've ever known anybody else I'm sure maybe in the world that has happened. But here we then as a family had twin sisters. My mom in surgery of her life. Your mom fighting for her life, having collapsed in the parking lot of her heart just stopped beating. It was devastating. For all of us, there were 5 of us, 8 of you, and here we are.
Right.
With our mothers, both
in ICU,
fighting for their lives.
Yeah.
And I'm helping you jump in this story. I'm just helping with this.
And I think to bring it back to the room, why it was so important that I changed that room out, because my mom and I had the same living room furniture.
Mm-hmm.
So,
because you were close to your mom.
Yeah,
I was close to my mom.
And so that's why I approached them. I said, look, I got to change that room. I can't move forward because I just sit in that room, and that this room, although it's beautiful, but it has so many memories. I just want to move my life forward.
Because I'm trying to fill them in. Because that week your mom was 2 ICU, my mom was 3 ICU. I remember the nurses saying, wait a minute, I thought this lady was downstairs. And we're like, no, that's her sister. So there were 13 kids at that hospital with both of their moms.
And their brothers.
Everybody, extended family. We were going from floor to floor.
Mm-hmm.
But your mom didn't make it.
Right.
And so by Friday, we were there.
Right.
And so we make it through that. My mom lived. She lived another 2 years. And we make it through that. But that was December.
Right.
February. Here we go again.
Right.
I remember being in church on a Saturday. We were getting ready for something. And I got that call. And tell us about that.
Yeah, it was my brother. He was on his way with a friend to get some coffee at 7-Eleven. And his friend ran into the 7-Eleven to get the coffee. And then he came out, and my granny was dead. He had a heart attack as well. And so
we were like,
here we go.
This cannot be happening.
This could not be happening. And I think
because Grayley at the hospital was
fine.
He was fine. He was having us laughing, being himself.
Mm-hmm. And then that happened just 2 months after that. And to say something just so amazing about my Aunt Neethy, we called her Aunt Neethy.
That was my mom.
And she was in the hospital the day before my mom's funeral. And I called her, I said, hey, Neethy, you do not have to go. That's just so much to ask. And I remember her saying to me, she said, I have to be there for you all. She said, because it would be there for my kids.
Yeah.
And she just had to be there, and it's just amazing. And to see her get up, and not only was she there, if you know Linda's mother, she was dressed to the nines, beautiful woman.
Having
had gloves, pumps, everything after having a major surgery. Pumps, had the works.
And I remember as we didn't know we were going to talk about all of this, but to make all of this conversation make sense, this is the backstory that we got to tell. I remember two things. I remember maybe 9 months to a year before that, your mother called me. And we called her Aunt Belle. And really Aunt Belle is how we said it. And she called me and she said, I was surprised. I was just getting this call out of the blue. And she said, hey. I said, hey, Belle, you know. And she said, when I'm gone. Now, she wasn't sick.
Mm-hmm.
She said, when I'm gone, I want you to tell your children about me. So she said, she said, I'm going to send you a package of pictures of me and my kids. I mean, when she said kid, well, everybody's grown, but she said, because she said, now, this was funny. Everybody knew Aunt Belle knew she was really funny. She said, don't you sit this out on the coffee table. Because she said, this isn't for the public. She said, this is for when I'm gone, you can tell your children, even though my children knew about it, she said, your grandchildren. I want your grandchildren to know about Aunt Belle. So I just thought that was so strange. But I said, okay. And she did. She sent the package. I still have it with pictures. Her last birthday, you know, you all gave her a big birthday, and I'd given Mama a big birthday. I got all of those pictures. And then my last memory is that Friday when we were, they told us Aunt Belle it was time to make that decision and all that. We didn't want to tell Mama. So, but she knew we were all acting strange. So I stayed back in her room while everybody went over to the floor where your mom was, Aunt Belle. And I told her, I said, Mom, today is the day or whatever. And she said, I figured as much. She said, I had a dream. And she told me that she'd had a dream, just like it was playing out. But do you remember? We got over, so I was the last one to get over there. But I came because she wanted to talk to you all. Because y'all were kind of staying away, the ones that couldn't handle it, because we didn't want her to know what all was really happening. And y'all were trying to protect her, because she was still in the hospital, needed to recover from this major surgery. And we all gathered around and held the phone while she talked to you all, Aunt Belle's children, saying how proud your mom would have been of how you all handled it. Yeah. And we had prayer. That was it. So, okay, so then we lose Grayley. And then
after we lost Grayley, I decided that I needed some grief counseling. Because it was, lost my mom, lost my brother. So I went to grief counseling, and my counselor told me, she said, well, the way you could honor your brother and your mother is just going to a cardiologist and just get yourself checked out.
Because Mom died of
a heart attack. And our grandparents
died
of heart attack.
And Grayley died of a heart attack
as well. So that's how that all started.
So you go to the doctor.
I go to the doctor. And I walked in here and I told the doctor my story and stuff. So they started, hooking me up into all of this machines and stuff. And the doctor told me, he said, I need for you to sit down. I said, oh, okay. I said, what's going on? He said, you need to call your family. I said, call them. I said, what's going on? He said, you're about to have a major heart attack. I said, what? He said, yes. And it's going to be just like your mom and your brother. So you need to get your family here. And so I called my brothers and sisters and was telling them. And then that same week, because my father died of prostate cancer, I better get all that done. So that's when I found out the same week that I had cancer too, but they had to deal with the heart attack.
Because they discovered you had even had a mild.
I already had a heart attack.
Didn't even know it.
I didn't even know I had.
You were working out and
everything. Yeah, working out, doing all of this. Didn't even know that I had a heart attack.
So in 1 week, you find out you've had a heart attack, You're on the verge of having a major heart attack.
And I have cancer.
And you have cancer.
Right. All this. So I was like, and 2 months after all that, those other things happened. So then I thought, okay, then he said, well, you seem very calm. I said, well, we're talking. So that tells me we can work. I'm still like, and we can work this out. I said, okay, do you need something? You need a minute? You need to get me in surgery. You need to get me in surgery and stuff and start working on me. If you're telling me I'm getting ready to have a major heart attack, you need to go to work. And so, so he said, okay. So we got that done. And then I ended up having a quadruple bypass surgery. And then they said, well, your cancer is aggressive, but we can't do anything with the cancer until you heal and go through rehab. So I went to rehab. Said, I have to tell this. And I was telling Amy about all of this. And she said, like, it ain't beat it fast, but I'm going to pay for your rehab. And I thought that was just so special that she wanted to do that for me. So I said, okay, maybe you can do that for me. So, and she did. And so I went to rehab, and then after I finished rehab on a Tuesday. That following Thursday, I was in having surgery for the cancer, and thank God they got all the cancer. And this month, 5 years this month, I'm cancer free.
Praise the Lord. Yeah. Praise the Lord. Yeah. 5 years later,
Courtney's
going in. Courtney's going
in. And also, 5 years in June, I was free from the heart attack and the heart surgery. Mm-hmm. So God is good. And then that's what I wanted to do.
So then we go, we're at my mom's house. Now Mom has passed.
Right.
And we're there later. I don't know what we were together. I don't know what we came together for as a family, but this was sometime after she passed. You're talking about the room. So that's how we get to the house. Yeah. And so I go back because you told me, I want to do this room, whatever. I said, okay, we'll talk about it in August. Let's do it. Child, I didn't even hit 240 in Memphis good before you were calling me saying, Linda, we got to get this room together. Where are we going to start? I'm like, well, I thought we were talking about this in a month or two.
Yeah, we did start a couple of months earlier than you had committed to.
So let's talk about that because you said you were stuck.
I was stuck. The house was dated, and I just wanted to bring some fresh new life, not only into the house, but into my life.
Yeah.
Into my being, into my soul.
Yeah.
So then I called Linda and
oh, that's me.
And I thought I was a whirlwind, and I thought I was a whole lot. And then we went to work. And keep in mind, Linda lives in Memphis.
Absolutely.
I live here.
So we started this project with me FaceTiming him.
Right.
And we began, it just grew.
Yes.
Because as we were looking at things for one room. Now, let me put this in perspective. The house was dated, but his taste even was a little dated. So this idea I had of what I wanted, I had to sell him on of some color. Let's just put some, color in the house and all that. And so, but what I will give you is you were open. That's what really helped all of that is because a lot of times when people are stuck, they're not only stuck, but they're resistant.
And I think some things you also taught me along in this process was like, and I'm 60 years old. I praise God for that.
And you look good.
And you as well.
It runs in the family.
It runs in the family, right? And I think what's so amazing, you told me, you said, well, Charles, if not now, when? When are you going to make these changes in your life, these improvements, the improvements to your home, if not now, then? Then I messed up till I had a little money. That was the mistake.
Listen, that was music to my ears. But the thing about this money was he kept telling me, and I don't know if our family's gonna watch this,
Lord.
But all of this money he was gonna leave to family members when he died. I was like, what? They haven't worked for any of this. I'm for leaving your family some money, right? I hope you put me in there, but I told you've worked. You've got a long career,
right?
And one that where you climbed the ladder and
right.
made good money.
Right.
Good investment.
Good
I'm
investment.
like, you're going to die and just leave it to them? And they're going to go through it in 1 month. They're going to take trips. They're going to do all kinds of stuff, buy cars. And you're just going to leave. I said, enjoy some of this. So I want everybody to know I am for leaving your family. You know, give them a little mourning money, little grieving money. Do that. But live.
But live. And by the way, family, I am going to leave you some money. I didn't spend it all in this redo.
Which, you know, that's the family gossip.
That's the family gossip. That this is all where the money's done gone to. They're not going to get anything when I leave. I said, well, y'all might leave before me.
That's
So
right.
might not even
Don't
matter.
help me out.
But I think that was what helped me to say when you said that to me. Well, Charles, you're 60 years old. It's not now when.
Right.
And then I said, well, you know, look, I have this pot of money and that pot. He said, boy, go get that. Go get the money.
I was like, they don't need that policy. Cash that policy in. You can use that money. They gonna get your retirement. Come on now. What we need that extra policy for? Y'all know me. So yeah, but you started and we began to clear out the room.
Yeah.
I mean, and as we began to show you our pictures, the room, and one room led to another room, and that felt for you like layers coming off, because we were having these real introspective conversations, even as we were decorating.
And like I told Linda last week when we were talking, I think Linda gave me back my "you can," and that just hit me. You can do this. You can recover from this. Because I believed I could, but I did not know how to start the process.
Yeah.
And I did not know that this house was going.
Well, exactly. That we never know what's going to be that one thing God uses to bring about the healing, the moving forward. One thing. And we wouldn't have thought it would have been a house. You know, I wouldn't have.
Right.
But that one room led to the entire house. Y'all, he cleaned out room. When we, and the funny thing was, I would say, okay, Charles, you know, because he was wanting to keep things. And this has sentimental value. And he had bought this from Neiman Marcus.
Throwing my stuff away.
And that little one mirror but he got it on sale at Neiman. Who cares that you got it on sale at 25 years ago at Neiman Marcus? Because it had a little scratch in it. And it had been a $9,000 mirror. And he got it for $200. I'm like, get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
But what he did do is he cooperated with the process. And I was amazed that by evening you would call me and say, okay, it's all gone. I mean, I don't even know how you did it. How you cleared out. You started giving away things.
Giving away things. Everything in this house, I just started giving away. Because I think I began to feel lighter. I could see myself transit. I think I could feel healing. Mm-hmm. I could feel some joy, some excitement coming back. You were
shedding the grief.
Right.
All of that. And it was transformative for me too. It really was. It gave me something to focus on. But you let it all go.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, there were pieces that he was fighting me on, and I had to pry out of his hands. But he did. And there's something healing, you all, about letting go.
Yes.
Just releasing it in expectation of something greater, better, different.
And also trusting.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I could have taken this journey with anyone else, because you have to trust the person that you are breaking open to.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I was just breaking open, and then I was scared.
Yeah. Because we had late night conversations, and Kevin was saying, "Are you and Charles still on that phone?" Then we wake up the next morning and I'd be over there whispering, Charles, like,
Then I'm gonna send Bishop. So like, what is Bishop like? Let's get Bishop a pack, because Lynn ain't tell us she would get mad or we would fall out. We had some fights just like them sisters.
We did.
She would stop talking to me. Then I had to send her some flowers.
Because he would go out and buy stuff, and I'm like, Charles, leave this to me. Trust me. I'm gonna do it for you. But he would be somewhere and it would look like the same thing he had. And here's what I know. That we will repeat behavior. Repeat. We'll choose the same person. We'll choose the same if we don't have someone holding us accountable. And that's what I was doing, saying you're not going back to what was.
Right.
This house is not going to look like it used to look. Not that it looked bad, but we were shedding all of that.
Right.
And so eventually, and y'all, it was so funny. He would repent and he was, oh, I'm sorry, I did it again. And all that. He would give me these long speeches about the great revelations he had and all of that. And then I guess I could tell this. And a couple of glasses of wine later, that next morning, he would be right back and say, I said, you have forgotten everything you promised me. Oh, we had a time. We had a time. But he got the different people in, because we changed every light fixture, every accessory that you see on these pictures. We
painted the entire house.
And you know what else? Intentionality. Because what I kept telling you is this is not going to be random. Everything I'm choosing is intentional for your space. Right. And that's how you have to do your life.
And then for me to be okay with knowing what I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
And be willing to say, this is not something that I know a whole lot about.
Yeah.
You do. And I've asked you to do it. Now, why not let you do it?
Yeah. And I only know because I've made enough mistakes down through the years.
And some other things you talked about, placement.
Yeah.
It matters.
Yeah.
What you buy, the height, the size, the shape, the texture, all of that matters.
Yeah.
When you putting together something that you want to enjoy and feel comfortable. And I begin to not only look at this as a remodel project, I started looking at this as a way to really heal some things that I needed to heal. I needed to grow in some area. I needed to grieve. Because what people, I probably didn't know, and I even shared with my brothers and sisters, it's hard to grieve people who you love when you're sick. I mean, I was cut from my chest down to my stomach, and I was trying to grieve a brother and a mother. Yeah. The same time I was going through having major surgery.
Absolutely. I can't even. And and I remember that feeling that about Mama is she was having to try to heal from the surgery, major surgery. And grieve her sister. So I get it. But you stayed with it. And I hope you all hear all of the life lessons that Charles is sharing, because it wasn't about just decorating.
No.
It really wasn't. It's about how intentional you have to be about your life. When you say the placement and everything, that's how you have to do your life. You have to be intentional about your choices, intentional about where you place people in your lives. Everybody doesn't deserve a front row seat in your life.
Right.
And sometimes when they're dated, you gotta give it up. It may hurt, but you gotta release them.
And also you taught me that when you make mistakes, you have to correct those mistakes. When I would go by these wrong pictures and I'm trying to hide something because I really like it and maybe she won't see it until she misses nothing. I have got some stuff in here and laid it against something else. She said, what is that? We didn't get rid of that. I didn't tell you to put that. And be willing to just be called on your stuff. Yeah. Because you can call people on your stuff.
I think that runs in this family. Because you can't do that. Now, do not paint yourself as the one that is the soft-spoken. No, sirree. Let me tell you this one right here.
And I've talked about you.
He was talking about me to the other family members. I know it. But it worked because you were committed to the process. You saw it. And then I ended up discovering I had a brain aneurysm.
Right.
And here we go again in the middle of this process.
In the middle of this process. And COVID.
And everything. With me then having to have major surgery. 3 months of recovery. Y'all, my one eye was closed and I was still on the phone with Charles with the face trying to FaceTime him. My husband was getting mad at me because I wasn't even supposed to be on the phone, but I was trying to complete this project. And it has turned out beautifully.
More so than I could have ever imagined
Just,
to how this has turned out.
And your life is beautiful.
It is beautiful. And I'm not broke. I ain't gonna have to ask you for something while
now, you know what? That sounds like my mama when you said that. You know, she was all about not being broke. But your life is beautiful because you have recovered from these surgeries.
Right.
You will forever miss our moms.
Oh yeah.
Not a day goes by. Not one day.
I know.
That something doesn't remind me of her, or I think about what she would say about something, or that. But we are further along.
Oh yes.
We can laugh about them now and joke about things that they would say. But also, you thought you were going to retire.
Right.
But you decided to stay on. A couple of more years, you got promotion, more money. We'll find a place to put that. And then, you know, you did this whole sunroom. None of this was here.
None of this was here.
And so when I say your life is beautiful, I mean it not just from a decorating standpoint. I mean to see you happy.
I am happy.
To see you, you know, finding meaning and purpose for living on. It's just amazing to me. It blesses me.
And Linda, I think just being open to, because I always believed that I would get back here. I just didn't know how.
Didn't know how.
And some days, to be honest with you, I don't even know if I wanted to, because it meant having to accept some realities that was never going to be anymore. So I think that was part of it too. But I am so glad we started this little project.
and you know, Charles is now tell them what your position is, where you work.
Yeah, I work for the federal government with the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. I've been there for going on 23 years, and I've had a wonderful career. And it's just an awesome opportunity to get up every day and go to work to do something that you really, really love, because I work with a lot of people who we provide low-income housing for, and we provide community supported services to help them enrich and enhance their lives. So it's just a joy to get up every day and go do that work.
And now you've been named the recipient of the Sammys Awards.
Yes.
Now, you got to tell them, because this is huge.
Yeah, this is huge. It's called the Foster Youth to Independence. It's the initiative that I work with a team at the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. And our team will be honored this month with what we call the Sammys Award. And the Sammys Award is the Oscar of public service. It's the highest award given for the work that public servants do. So I'm really excited about it.
It's going to be like at the Kennedy Center?
It's going to be at the Kennedy Honor Center this month. And
then the president called you all.
Yeah, got a letter from the president, got a letter from my state senator just yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
All that in there. So yeah, this is a huge award. But what's so important about it is those young people that this program, how it changes and enhances their lives, to be aging out of foster care, to be formally foster care young person and have nowhere to call home. And this program gives these young people a place to call home. And I'm just so honored and so humbled to be a part of that great work.
Amazing, amazing. So I'll entitle this show, Yes, I Can. Because that's what, isn't that what you said? Yes,
right.
Yes, I gave you back your...
You can.
You can. And that's what I want to say to you, that you can. Yes, you can. I think President Barack Obama did the yes, you can. So you said you can. And you can too. You can recover from whatever it is that life has brought your way, because, you know, it's a part of living that we experience grief. We experience all kinds of traumatic things. But what we do have to believe in, if we're still breathing, we can recover, we can go on. Might be difficult, crying and all, but we can go on and we can find
Absolutely.
meaning and purpose for our lives. So I appreciate you allowing us to come into your home and just see what God has done. And he's my favorite cousin. We must fight, but he's my favorite. And he talks about me with the family, but I talk about him too.
Yes. For real.
All right, y'all. So now I want you to come and take a tour of Charles Eldredge, because I want you to know his first and last name, Charles Eldredge's home. Are you ready to take your business to another level? Are you looking for a way to engage with new clients? We have a spot just for you. Conversations with Linda is now accepting applications for new sponsors on our show. Visit lindawillisempowers.org for more information. We can't wait to start a partnership with you. So this was our inspiration piece. We didn't know what colors to go with. And so I said, let me just look around. And I went to At Home there in Memphis, and I saw this. And because Charles he said, I don't want a frou-frou. That's what he kept saying. I don't want a frou-frou house. But I thought these were very calming colors. And they had the masculine touch with a pop of color. So this is where I started. And this was just a canvas that we ended up putting a nice frame around. You were such a trooper. I mean, whatever I said, you just went with it. But this started it all, and it just gave us the color scheme. And then we just brought it on into the living room, and here we go. Found this beautiful sofa and went with the blues and the creams. And he said, you can have one piece that we'll splurge on. Well, it ended up being a few more pieces. But I knew this mirror would just be eye-catching. It is stunning when you walk in this room. And it was the right size, right scale for this sofa. And we went with it. And we redid drapes. And, all of the curtains were down low. You want your curtains to be at your ceiling, right? And so that's what we did. Everything is new. Everything is fresh. All the rugs.
Wall plate.
I'm telling you, paint. And you all see the orange? This is what we decided. This was our pop of color, and we strategically put it in places where it wouldn't be too overwhelming for him, but it would give that splash that was needed. So this. So this is the formal dining area. We wanted to keep it clean. I'm telling you, all these light fixtures. He was a trooper, and we were doing all of this by FaceTime. It just, the energy, all of the accessories were chosen. And this took about, a year and a half. Mm-hmm. Y'all just look at that. Those nooks, the niche, as we say, it's just beautiful. And I'm not saying it because I decorated it. Look, I kind of am. But I'm saying it because it's just so different than what he had. Right. It's so fresh, so alive. And so And so come on here. We did pictures we carried, so our main colors were orange with blue and gold in the other room as our pop of color. But we then transitioned and we came in here and we did the dominant color is now blue with orange being our splash of color. And because he wanted something to just relax in the evenings when he would come home from work. And, I was choosing all of this from Memphis because this came from Harry's. I chose all of this from Memphis, and then we would make it happen here where he lives. He had a recliner, and so he wanted to have a recliner. I said, but you can't have that old brown recliner. So we took the fabric that was on the pillows of the sofa. We had a recliner made that he loves, and just feast your eyes. Feast your eyes. Every piece in here, all of the accessories are new. The fireplace, we had bricked in. This was a plain fireplace with no brick. We had all of that put in. Found this lovely blue mirror. That was just a find. I mean, how would we have found a blue mirror, you know? But all of the accessories were just everything. All the light fixtures. And we took that same brick and that same tile and we put it under the bar area, and so that made for a nice statement under there. Painted the kitchen. We carried that blue across the wall here. So this is a very comforting. This is where you relax.
It's
right?
called Sleepy Blue.
The color was called Sleepy Blue. Yeah. And kitchen, all of that's new. This is his master bedroom. And what we did, we didn't change furniture. All we did is touched it with a little gold. We touched it, the handles, the knobs with a little gold. But we began to just accessorize. And then we did new comforter. And he wanted a calming color, but we didn't want to go with blue. He liked green, so I gave him green in here. This green is just
It's just, I love that color green.
It's just a beautiful green. Not too dark, not too light. But we did drapes, everything. Mirror.
Yeah.
All just good finds.
The chandelier. Don't forget
the light fixture. Beautiful light fixture. And then he took this on into the bathroom. And all we did in here was painted and painted cabinets, right? And brought the green on into here. And it's just your place. It is just your home. It feels like a home. Y'all, we got much more for you to see, so just come on with me. Oh yeah, the kitchen is the kitchen table. We did all of that in blue because this is just kind of his casual area. Those bottles of wine that was causing him to forget what he was telling me. So come on. So this is Texas, and we decided to have a Texas room. I said, let's do a Texas room. And this is the Texas room with the cowhide rug. We found this good old boy. We got to give him a name, Charles.
I know, we do.
But if he just gorgeous, doesn't he just say Texas?
I love the chandelier. It kind of looks like kind of a saloon.
Looks kind of like a saloon. And we fell in love with this gold. I didn't think you were going to let me get it because this was pricey.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't think you were going to let me get this, but you went on with it, and we went with the drapes. I went on Etsy and found a pillow with that I could get with the initial, his last name. But this is a gorgeous velvet gold. And he just kind of we made a little station here for when he needs to work from home. Because this used to be, all of it was your office. But we said, you know what? You don't need that. We need to make this a Texas room. And then everybody loves this room. I wanted each room to be different and to have a different experience in each room. And this is the glam room. This is the glam room. It is so elegance in here. But I wanted glam, but I still wanted it to have a little masculinity. So we went with a gray tweed for the headboard, and we went with this kind of muted purple for a color, so it wouldn't look real girly, but it would give us the glam effect. And of course, we got this beautiful light fixture. Oh, did that light fixture just not do it? It set it off.
Absolutely.
And we did the mirrors here because there's a window here, but we wanted that window to go away, and we wanted you to focus your eyes on these just glam mirrors. Everything in here is glam. Glam. It is all that. Found this corner piece because the TV needed to be somewhere. We wanted, if he had a guest, for that every guest needs to have, every room needs to have a television, so your guests don't feel like they have to get rushed and get out of bed to come to the family room. They can just kind of watch TV in here. But this purple, I have to say, and we found this fur throw. It was the hardest thing finding this particular color.
Right.
And we tried several before we got this one. But it is ready for any guest to come in and have just a night of elegance. A night of elegance. I love it. I love it. I love it. And this is the hall bath that is as well. We didn't do much in here. We just touched it up because it was pretty much already done, but we just kind of painted it a darker brown and took the green on it.
Shower curtains.
New shower curtains, those kinds of things. So come on. It's one more thing I gotta show you because I told you we didn't plan on this. So I want you to see this part that when we just couldn't help ourselves. We went into overdrive. And this is the sunroom that now he can have an indoor-outdoor experience. Let me tell you, this right here is the place to be. This is, just after hours to just enjoy the cool, because these windows all open, or you can close them. We put a portable air conditioner heater out here. There's a bar area, television. And this is just an extension of the house. This is a house for entertainment.
It is.
It is a house for entertainment.
Just relaxing out here in the morning, having my coffee, in the evenings, having my wine.
Now, when are you going to have a family dinner?
Soon. Haven't got it on the calendar yet. It's coming.
I told him he needs to host Thanksgiving for the family, but he doesn't want anybody over here. What he's not saying is he doesn't want anybody over here messing up his house. That's what he's not saying. But yeah, this is good.
Yeah,
You
did good. We did good.
This is I can.
Yeah,
I can. I am so proud of you, and it just makes me feel good to know that you're in a good space.
I'm in a good space.
I'm in your life.
And I'm in a good place.
Yeah, in your life, in your home,
right.
Everything, you're in a good place.
I
am. Today's Ask Linda question comes from one of our viewers. Dear Linda, the friend I have that I have been friends with since our freshman year in college, she went through a horrific breakup and has been single for the last 7 years. Now that I have met my fiance and am planning a wedding, she's trying to put doubt in my heart concerning the honesty of our relationship. How do I handle her? Is my friend jealous of me? Well, I can't speak on that to say what is in her heart as it relates to whether she's jealous of you, because I don't know. But what I can say is that there are times when our own experiences skew our perspective. They change our perspective of what's happening in someone else's life. So maybe that is happening. What can you do? Talk to your friend. Ask her, is any of this that you're telling me because of what has happened in your relationship? Are you just concerned about me? And if so, I welcome that concern as a friend, as friends should, but I want you also to respect my decision. I think that's a good place to start, with just open communication. Here's what I believe. If you are really good friends and you called her a friend, not just an associate, I believe that friendships should be able to handle honesty. Friendship should be able to handle open communication. And so that's where I would start. And then go on and get married if that's what you choose to do. It's your decision. All right, I hope that has helped you. Thanks for writing in.
If you have a question for Linda, submit it online at lindawillisempowers.org. She's a wife, she's a mother and grandmother, she's a pastor and life strategist. Submit your question today at lindawillisempowers.org.
All right. This has been Conversations with Linda. You know, I'm never out of conversation, but it seems like I'm always out of time. We'll see you again. I don't have a card to throw, but okay. Love and kisses. See you.